My wife is a Disney adult, and we've been to Disney World for 9 times. Now she has booked another Disney trip, and I am honestly losing my mind. My wife Amy and I are both 39 and have been married for 13 years. After struggling financially in our 20s and early 30s, we've finally reached a point where we can afford to travel once or twice a year. The issue? Amy only ever wants to go to Disney World. Over the years, we've been to Disney 9 times, including for our honeymoon. Every trip is the same. We wear mouse ears, eat Mickey-shaped snacks, ride the rides, take pictures at Cinderella's castle, and come home. At first, I went along with it because Amy loved it, but I've never been much of a Disney fan, and now I'm completely over it. Recently, while planning a trip for April, Amy once again suggested Disney. I told her I'd like to go somewhere else, Hawaii, for example. She looked confused and asked why. I explained that it would be nice to relax at the beach or visit the spas. She mumbled something non-committal and walked away. A few days later, she told me she had booked a hotel in Hawaii. At first, I was thrilled, but when she showed me the reservation, I realized it was for Aulani, a Disney-owned resort. Frustrated, I told her I wanted a completely non-Disney experience. Amy said she was compromising and that I should appreciate her effort. When I asked if she would consider a trip without Disney, she flat out said no. At that point, I said I wasn't going. Amy was furious, canceled the reservation, and started making plans to go to Disney World with a friend instead. I felt guilty but also frustrated. Was I wrong to put my foot down? Update, I realized I screwed up. Amy was trying to meet me halfway by booking Aulani, and instead of appreciating that effort, I dismissed it outright. After reading more about Aulani, I discovered it's not overly Disney-themed and looks like a typical Hawaiian resort. In hindsight, I overreacted, likely because of my lingering resentment from all the past Disney trips. I apologized to Amy for how I handled things and asked if she'd reconsider going to Aulani with me. She explained that she wasn't trying to make it a Disney trip. It was her sister who recommended the resort because of its beauty. I felt like an idiot. We rebooked the trip and both of us were excited to go. Final update. Unfortunately, we won't be going to Aulani after all. A few days after Christmas, Amy accidentally backed into our garage door while parking. At first, it seemed minor, but she started experiencing headaches, neck pain, and numbness in her fingers. A doctor diagnosed her with whiplash. We thought she'd recover quickly, but weeks later, she's still in pain. Yesterday, she told me she didn't think she could handle the long flight to Hawaii and suggested postponing the trip. She also mentioned that she might be able to manage a trip to Disney World, as it's more accessible and offers mobility aids like ECV rentals if needed. While Disney World isn't where I'd prefer to go, Amy's health comes first. We've made our reservations, and seeing her so happy about the trip makes it worth it.